Good morning, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Tuesday, the 1st of December, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. Literally as I'm talking to you, right now, Fed Chair Powell and Treasury Secretary Mnuchin are on the hot seats at the Senate trying to explain, especially Mr. Mnuchin, why he pulled the money from the CARES Act back to the Treasury. So I haven't been able to see it as I'm putting this out, but I've got it recording and I will catch up on it right away. There's also a lot of data today, but let's go first to this monster rally we're getting. Yesterday, I gave you, if you watched the end of the day financial video, what I thought was going on, which was at the end of a month, a big month, 12 to 10% gains in the major indices, for example, that a lot of money managers might have called it a year, cashed in, they just are going to look good. And remember how they get paid. They get paid on performance. Why would they want to lose things going forward? You know, that's how I'd be looking at it. And I've worked with these money managers for decades, having had both stock firm and still have my commodity firm. So I understand the psyche. I understand the hard work they put in. When you get that result, you don't want to blow it in the last 4 weeks of the year when you put 11 months in. And if you have those gains, you don't risk them back. That's what I think's going on. We also heard today that helping this market is that Tesla's an all-in deal for December 21st. Read about it on the internet. You'll understand the importance of that, but the markets welcome that. Look at the metal markets today. You're up $1 in silver. Do you think it got too cheap? Duh. Copper market over $3.50. This is just unbelievable. And the dollar breaking down again against the face of most of the currencies. We'll have to wait and see what Brexit means. On the energy, they did not reach any deal yet in OPEC. They've extended it now to Thursday to make a deal if they can. And there's a lot of infighting apparently going on there. Look at the bonds in the note markets. They're all of a sudden have changed their tune. They're adding back yield as the market's hoping for more stimulus. We have defense spending coming up. The president has to make certain decisions. Will he accept a temporary budget or not? There's an awful lot going to happen between now and mid-December, so stay tuned for that. As for the data, these Red Book numbers are solid. There's no other way to talk about it. Weekly retail sales for the first 4 weeks of November up 1.3%. They were up 3.7% compared to a year ago. And weekly retail sales were up 9.2% versus November 28th of a year ago. That's big. And while we didn't see necessarily Black Friday numbers great, Cyber Monday numbers with it just showed you that the world has changed. COVID-19 has changed the landscape. Whether it's forever, well, parts of it probably are. All of it, I doubt it. We're still going to want to go to stores, touchy-feely. You're going to want to do that. You're spending X amount of dollars on items that are big. You might want to look at them. There'll be things that go on, especially when you don't have the COVID-19 virus to worry about, and that's sooner rather than later. ISM, the U.S. manufacturing recap, 57.5, about where they expected it, very close on the manufacturing prices. In fact, there was nothing here except the employment part, which we know COVID hit in November. That could be part of that. The market group, U.S. final November manufacturing sector PMI came out at 56.7 versus 57.5, not the best number. It's still expansionary, but not as strong as they wanted. Construction data for October, this is good, up 1.3%. They expected up 0.9. It made up part of the difference because you were 0.8 off if you take a look in September. Instead of being up 0.3, it went down 0.5, so some of that was made back from there. So what do you do with a day like today? Well, you watch your charts. They're going to be very important. You get an event like yesterday, a snapback today, chart action is what you got to be looking at. Did the fundamentals all change dramatically? No, they did not. So there were events yesterday. I did my best to explain them to you, and that's what I personally think is going on in those particular markets. Now, I help you with that in the afternoons. At about 4 in the afternoon each day, I record my Spider ETF video. It goes hand in hand with the morning subscriber video. These are not ones you're going to see on YouTube or anywhere out in the public. They're where I give you, I think, the help you need with trade strategies. Yesterday, for example, I added PAVE. the ETF to what I'm covering. And I'll be changing. I'm adding now specials each week for it. Why? Because I think infrastructure is going to be a thing we have to watch in the U.S. in a big way in the first quarter of the year. I know today I'm going to be doing a piece for Tic-Toc on Bloomberg. They want to know, do I see a double dip recession? They sent me that and asked me to give a comment. I'll be doing that today, so you can catch it up on their Tic-Toc. But when you put it all together, I get asked these questions, like I'm going to be on Australian business TV, because they want to know what a different perspective is. I have a unique perspective in that I cover both the stock and the futures markets. Not a lot of people do that. I do. So if you're interested in taking a look at what we do, the first 30 days of both these videos, they're typically 25 minutes long for each one. And they're done in such a way you can scoot on the bottom and see the different sections that I'm covering for you. So if you're only interested, say, in materials, you can scoot right over there. You only want the stock indices, you can scoot right over there. I do it in such a way that you can work with that. $16.90, no contract. You decide if it's worth it. You go to www.iraepstein.com. Under research, it's all explained there. I'm also getting ready now to set up next week's video conference. Yeah, I'm going to have another one where all my subscribers and you, the general public, can join in. And I'm going to do another special report. I'll be looking at that today, maybe a recording tomorrow. I'm Ira. You have a great day. See you later today.